says, I don't have permission to live stream, and I just did it recently. I don't know why it says I don't have permission on Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing it.
One more time.
Yeah.
Without permission.
We made it. We're here. So I'm a little bit high up. I'll just get a little bit more comfortable, better visual on this. Sorry, ladies. So I just wanted to say that we are now 31,000. I just jumped in there waiting for all this to come through. 31,000. That 8 weeks ago, we were 1,600, and it was just Suzanne and I. I don't know if you all know, but I channel. It was a gift I shied away from all of my life. I was so scared of the power of the energy of the sacred knowledge. And my mother said, yes, we're all psychic, but, you know, we have to be mindful and respectful. You have to be in the right place to do it. And I never felt in the right place until recently, when I was called out of ICU by an iPad that was put in front of me with my grandson's voice saying, "Grandma, wake up." Literally, hearing his voice changed my DNA right there and then. The love I felt and received from him took me out of that somnambulant, semi-conscious, I'm ready to go now type vibe, to, oh my gosh, I'm needed. I can hear his voice. He wants me. And he's like, look, look, look. And he was showing me seeds. This is Kai in Hawaii. If I could just bring you ladies also up to speed with my family tree. 40 generations back, my ancestors I have the oral history, and I'm studying the stories of each and every one of these canoes. The canoes left Maui, and he was calling me from Maui. So because of that, something happened in my spirit and the channel, and it opened wide up, and I haven't stopped since. And the beautiful Mayana was key to getting this connection organized for you lot. And once you all are set, I will continue my journey with my Polynesian cousins, sisters, because we traveled the Pacific Islands, and my grandmothers want me to do the rainbow canoe, traversing the islands. And I'm hoping that some of this team will join me there, especially Mayana. But to see you all and hear your dreams is astounding. It's such a privilege and such an honor. So without further ado, and let's try and catch up these 6 minutes. Let's see, Mayana, would you like to come in here or share a little bit?
Yeah. Well, I want to turn our hearts to the seven generations in both directions. And there are so many ways that we can heal our past for the future, but it's so important that we are present with ourselves now for that to happen.
It's the only way.
My sharing this morning. So I want to also say that 7 feels like a kind of a lightning bolt energy, and Suzanne had mentioned that at our call the other day. And it has been a catalyst and a catalyzing energy that really is sending the catalyzing changes things. And this 7/7 energy is changing how we're moving forward, and it's going to propel us in a big way. And I drew one card. So I use sacred geometry cards, and I just want to share this one. It's mermaid hearts.
Oh,
I was thinking about here. So I drew this card, and it's got mermaids and golden spirals in the shape of hearts. These are sacred geometry for the Visionary by Francine Hart. And I want to read what this card means.
Please.
Friendship, laughter, and play. 7 mermaids dive, swim, and frolic in the ocean. And look, we are 7.
Oh, stop it. And I have the 7 sisters above me, the constellation.
Yeah. As
Yeah.
light rays shine down from above, they express the essence of joyfulness, play, and friendship. Hearts created from golden spirals inform the camaraderie of the exuberant play while 2 turtles enjoy the show. From microcosm to macrocosm, from the spin of our DNA to the shape of galaxies, spirals exist everywhere in nature. They are the purest form of moving energy. How delightful that mirrored golden spirals create hearts. So, this is to remind us that laughter and play is the best medicine.
Oh.
So, let's let this catalyzing bring us into laughter and play. And
Yeah,
let's have
absolutely
fun.
beautiful. Frolicking and splashing and enjoying that if you put the water as emotion, which a lot of people do with this sacred energies, and water is often depicted as emotion, playful water. I mean, we had a beautiful post, I think it was early on in the piece, Mayana, of this beautiful grandma splashing in the puddles in the rain with her little one. And it brought so much joy. Everyone loved it. And we remembered to hold space for the puddles and the grandchildren. And yeah, well, could you post that beautiful card, that message up, Mayana?
Yeah, I will. I will do that after the call.
Yeah.
So,
Let's
Debbie
see
or Bryn?
who would like to jump in and
Michelle,
share?
are you not able to see the people?
I can now. I can see. Yes,
Okay.
We've got Diane. Welcome. We've got Debbie. Oh, Debbie. Hi, Debbie from Atlanta.
And
Very
Bryn is
wonderful.
here.
Can we
Carol.
pass to Debbie if you're good with that, Debbie? Would you like to jump in here and say a few words? And then we've got Carol. Hi, and Bryn. Hello, Bryn. Oh my
Good.
gosh, Carol, of course. And I'm sorry,
Diane.
my eyes are failing me. Pardon? There's too
Diane
much.
Kowalski.
Diane, thank you so much.
Okay, so we'll go
Well,
to
we've got
Debbie.
plenty of time. Yeah, please, Debbie.
I am grateful to be here. I refer to myself as the whitest woman on the planet because my skin is like as pale as it gets, but I have trained some indigenous beloveds and have been taught to respect all grandmothers and all elders. And tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, I am doing a healing session using, like, the first thing we'll do is heal the 7 generations back and the 7 generations forward. We may not get beyond that, but I'm doing all the things that you suggest, that all the guidelines that you put out. We're going to do work around that and then do a meditation afterwards. So I've asked people to think about what vision they have for the 7 generations in the future, what we want them to experience and be with. So that's me.
Thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much for jumping in. And very generous with your time and your energy. It's just delightful to see, and great to hear that yes, there'll be options, there'll be meditation, there'll be chats and discussion as well. So it's
that's
really
7 p.m. Eastern time
Tomorrow,
yeah,
not
in
tonight.
Georgia. Yeah,
tomorrow.
yeah,
Yes.
the global. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you, thank you. Bryn, you have been a voice across the ether, through the molecules, and back into the mindset and around. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's
Grand
been such a joy. I feel, I don't even know how to express how enlivened this group has made me feel. And
How divine.
It's just such a deep time of transformation, and
Yeah.
I feel it as a tingling in my body, just this idea that we can create something that is so gentle and so sweet and not feel the need to fight against anything. That's really where I'm at right now. I just want to find a new way so that we're not fighting, that we're doing it with love and compassion and bringing people together, bringing women to a place where they can understand their own ability to manifest through just really strong intention and open heart. And you guys, I can't believe what you're doing. I mean, I've been facilitating my whole life, and as I said in my questionnaire, I just recently retired from working. I'm sorry, Mike.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm luxuriating in the fact that you guys are doing the leadership. And
Thank you.
if you're okay with my voice just being like it is, it's really working for me, and it's a new
We love
thing
it.
to learn too. I don't
We
know
love,
how to not step in sometimes, so it's good for me.
we love that. Thank you so much, Ben. And if I can just jump in here and remind you all that this vision came to me in downloads in varying degrees. The firstly was relating to finding a grandmother's page after Kai woke me up. I knew I couldn't do it on my own, and I knew it was something we had to share, and I knew if I could find this energy, we all could. And I knew that it was peace and love, and I knew it was inherited, and I knew it was gifted, and I knew it was free, and I knew it would change the world, and I knew that we needed to do that, and I knew that we needed to seed it, and I knew that it would, well, I didn't know how it would go, but I knew that I needed to put my voice out there. And very humbly and very amazed by the 31,000 people. Well, I lie, because it was 20, there was already 1,600, I think, with Suzanne in the Grandmothers Global Network. I contacted her and said, excuse me, are you interested in multicultural women? I represent Australian Multicultural Women's Association. We have a program here in Melbourne, which we want to take outwards. But this has eclipsed that. This has long eclipsed that, because I was woken up from a deep sleep after having got the okay from Suzanne, and would I like to be admin while I was at it, which was incredible. After she pondered it, which was wonderful. She didn't just jump in, unlike me. I jump in. And I was woken up, and I was told to open my page to YouTube, which was odd because the previous week it was pen and paper, and I wrote a poem which I'll share in the poetry book that we're going to be collating for Thanksgiving. It's on grace and posturing for grace, and everyone, we hope, will put in a poetry or a few lines on that for Thanksgiving. We hope to have it out by then, if that's we can. To know, not a pen and paper this time, but to open my phone, and I'm like, oh, okay, open the phone, yep, YouTube, yep, okay, YouTube. And there was a beautiful woman who was obviously challenged in her energies, but still striving to hold space for this beautiful angel that she was introducing. And that has become my bosom buddy, my new mate and collaborator, Mayana, who, as we all know, is an incredible administrator, unbeknownst, of course, to either Suzanne or myself at the time. And we connected. Mayana actually accepted a message from me, which I'll let her share with you perhaps if she'd like to. But obviously the rest came together, and here we are. And so the dream is to gift and awaken, as Kai woke me. We all can be woken up to this level, as Bryn was saying, of excitement, of buzzing. I look at the page. I don't want to look at it, the rest of Facebook anymore. I just want to look at the Global Grandmothers and see what's going on. It's so lovely and so refreshing. but we do need help with it because we're running very low. Last night I questioned my abilities. I had a little meltdown. I'm gonna eat that cool. And she's had a meltdown because she has no air conditioning in her home and it's very hot. So, you know, it's, and then of course I had the wrong numbers this morning, but here we are, shining. So I will pass you back to Mayana, and then perhaps we'll let Mayana lead with her heart into who else would like to share. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe Carol would like to share.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carol, you're muted.
Yeah.
Click the mute button.
There we go. There we go. Okay. I joined this one when you were a mere 13,000. A week ago, or whatever it was, 2 weeks ago. It was amazing to find this group. I had been reading the Council of the Grandmothers book, The Grandmother Speaks, and resonated totally with that. And to find this group was just such an extension of what they wanted. I've been facilitating meditation for 7 or so years, doing Zoom meditation when COVID was on. It's just my heart. I'll put it that way. It's just my heart. And it's to find this group and to find, I suppose, a means to be able to put it out there into world, because you know, everybody wants to heal the world, and our meditation group often sends healing out. But to find this group that's global, and when I talked about it to the meditation group, and it was what, 12,500 in 3 weeks or something, and I said it's time, and I got goosebumps. And that's how I feel, that it's time, and this is the platform that we can send the love and healing to the world to actually make a difference. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Thank
really
you.
vibrational, isn't it? And the heart vibration, when we connect, we weave together our individual heart energies. And this is what's making the foundation for the new world to be able to have purchase and grasp onto the world that we want to see emerge for the children. Diane,
Exactly.
May I say
would
one
you
more
like
thing?
to share? Oh, sorry.
Yes, please do, Carol. Yeah. Finish if you want to.
In the grandmother's book, they talk about the net of light.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't, for those that haven't heard, it's like a fishing net that covers the world.
Yeah.
In each corner,
Yeah.
each of us are in a corner. And when we send out love, it goes out along this net.
Yeah.
And last year, I was absolutely, totally in joy. I'd done a painting course, and it was just, and I got in my meditation that my joy lit up half the world. So imagine what, 28,000 or 30,000 people in that net.
31.
31,000, yeah,
31,000.
whatever.
Yeah,
31,000 people.
Yeah, and growing.
Now it's
Thank
32,
you.
yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Carol. Thank you so much. Yeah, spirits of fiber. This is what my grandmother's showing me, the basket weaving that we've done for thousands of years, never lost. We're still knitting. We're still doing. That is what we're making our spirits out of. That is what is manifesting, spirits of fiber. So was Diane, were you going to pop in, or did you want to share something?
Sure.
Hi, Diane.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm not sure why I'm here. Something called to me. I am a grandmother of 4, newly retired, and and searching for my place in life. And this popped up on Facebook, and here I am. Open to joining and showing peace and love wherever I can. And I'm not sure
Beautiful.
why I'm here. I was
Well, welcome anyway.
Yes, welcome, welcome, and thank you very much for following that tug and for being present here. And I'm sure we can find, if you've got a bit of time in your week to perhaps come in and help weed out some of the issues we've been having, or welcome some of the team. And we need to look at that more constructively and effectively. It's been a lot to process for just Mariana and I, pretty much. Suzanne has her hands full with the Grandmothers Network in her local area of Boise. So as a global network, basically, it's just been the two of us, to be honest. And we're running out of steam. But before that happens, we need hands up and to lock in the administrators so that we can catch a breath and rotate the energies that come through that are fascinating and exciting. But we have to pull ourselves back and remind ourselves we need to sleep and stop. So we have, is it Vera? Hello, welcome, Vera.
No,
Hi.
Debbie is next. I think Debbie.
Debbie,
has been here.
pardon.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes, it
Hi,
is. Hi.
sorry,
Debbie, please,
Would
we'd
you,
love
would
to
you
hear.
like to?
You've been amazing. Thank you.
I've already shared. Are you?
Yeah, Debbie
Sorry, no,
Evans.
it's not. Yes, thank you.
Well, maybe not. Maybe she's
Okay.
just listening. Hi, Vera.
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm in Norway right now. So I just found you by coincidence that you're meeting tonight, because normally our times are so different, our time zones. But I'm very happy to see you, and I'm very excited about this group and what is going to develop there. I have no idea, but it sounds good.
Well,
Good.
we have ideas, we have plans in structure, we are nascent, we are birthing. Anna and I, we are becoming a team of 31,000 women now that are birthing this whole new psychology of what to do when we finish work. No, we're not going to hospital. No, we're not going to stop having fun. No, we're not going to stop making new friends and networking and arranging a trip here and there, because we have grandmothers, local community councils everywhere, mushrooming, growing local communities with inceptions of helping children with reading, helping express with art, doing paintings, crafting, healing, yoga, legal help, advice, just having a network in communities. This is the big dream. But before that happens, Vera, we were just saying that we do need to establish our network with stability. So we do have that solid website, that we have got the money coming in to create the pages so that each council in its area, given area location, would have the funding to back up, and offer milk or offer food, or just be there as a grandmother supporting, perhaps as a 3, as a 2, the established areas on the ground. Yeah, this is the vision. Yeah.
So I think
Hello,
Debbie Evans is here now.
Oh, yes, she is. Yes, I think so. Hi, Debbie. Would you like to share, please, and say hello and just...
Hello. Yeah, I was being a bit quiet there because I was still laying in bed.
I understand.
So
do
yeah,
that.
I'm a little bit like the lady before, that I'm not quite sure what I'm here for, but I'm open for where this is leading me, and it's been really interesting and nice to get to know all the ladies as they're joining up and popping in, and yeah, I'm excited to see what we can do as a collective. I think we've got a lot to offer.
Yeah.
Thank
Well,
you for seeing the vision.
I'd like to come in here and that since people don't know why they're here, let's just give some ideas of why we might all be here. we
Yeah.
our administrative team, the vision that we've had that's united, that when we met and spoke and shared together, is that grandmothers all over the world connected together in a network provide as wisdom councils networked together that guide humanity into the next phase of our world, because things are changing so fast. We are in such chaos all over the world. But what chaos really is the elements being thrown up in the air, and then they're falling back down in place, but it's up to us to choose the elements we want in the new world and weed out the elements we don't want. So the 7/7 event that we're doing today is to be the catalyst for bonding together as grandmothers in our hearts across the world and creating local grandmother councils. The idea behind the website and the GoFundMe is that we build this website where every local grandmother council has a web page, a storefront, an events calendar, and communication channels locally. And then the storefront that they have is connected to the global storefront. So you can purchase from anywhere in the world. And it's up to each grandmother council to ship their own product or their goods or service. It might be services, might not need to be shipped. And we can start supporting one another. It's the grandmothers that are the most vulnerable right now in our society. There are many, many grandmothers who are alone and who are struggling. There are many grandmothers who have grand resources and hearts to share. So it's about coming together into this place where the public can learn from the wisdom. So being founded on indigenous wisdom principles
Exactly.
is
International indigenous peoples. We have to be mindful
yes.
to emphasize that. That was where I wasn't sure if indigenous was covering global, because of course the American indigenous have had a lot of empathy, and there are certain Pacific Island in my case. So like Debbie, I have the Irish skin of my grandfather, but so, and also, I mean, Scandinavia, the arts and crafts globally, if we can collate that and just give direction in the geographic locations of things that are pertinent. And as Mayana said, that we
Michelle,
can use that to recreate, yes, and
so
change the whole system
so
to a
so
more
the sorry.
it's okay. I was just going to say, to change it to a more conducive, cohesive, healthier environment where we can be constructive and not live on our nerves edges. It's been a very trying 200 years. And just the last 20 years have been very challenging for our children. So let's continue to do what we're doing. It seems to be what we all need to do. Thank you, Mayana.
Yeah. So we have some practical steps that we're taking, and we've put out a call for a logo. If you are an artist and want to submit a logo to the Global Grandmothers Council Network, you could send your artwork to circle@globalgrandmotherscouncil.org. And that the submission date on that is July 13th at 11:11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US. So you can use your time clock for that. So that's one of the first things. we've also called for these meetings. So we have this one that is at 7 a.m. Melbourne time, starting the wave around the world. And then at 7 a.m. Eastern time, we'll be back on again. And I have I have a healing process I want to lead everybody through that I'll just give a little update on here, that it's about going into our ovaries in our left side, the left ovaries, and looking at our matrilineal lineage for 7 generations back and forward. So that'll be at 7 a.m. Then we have another call at 7 a.m. Pacific time. And then we have Audrey Addison Williams is doing a call at 5 p.m. Pacific, I believe it is. They're all listed on the events page. And if I get things wrong here, please go to the events page and make sure of what you're doing when.
Thank
And
you.
Deborah in Atlanta has her event at 7 o'clock p.m. And the at Audrey's and Debbie's are on Zoom. We have gone to Zoom for all of the events except Fiona's. Fiona is going live from Australia at 5 o'clock tomorrow Eastern time.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the list of calls for that.
So there's lots going on. There's a lot of opportunities to communicate and network, and also on the Facebook page. But we need also to arrange for administrators to come in and help with the vision, insofar as, you know, screening the Facebook page, weeding as we call it, and helping us to take this to the next levels where we can actually become geographic and have Zooms in specific geographic locations or calls. I've been having a lot of phone calls lately in Australia, locally here, to try to set up an event, and I've got one structured for the 21st of July. And, you know, if we can just do some community outreach that way for funding initially, and if anyone needs help on that or wants some advice, I'll collate. I've been doing that for the last 7 years in local community town halls and stuff, just fundraising for the local communities for local artists, and then donating it to whatever cause is wanting it. But it's been a wonderful experience, and now it's accumulated to bring me in here. And eventually, of course, I would like to set up a gallery, you know, in major places. But that's my personal big dream. So if I can help in any way, shape, or form with this moving forward, I'd be delighted to answer any question whatsoever via email, via Facebook Messenger, or on a messenger phone call. You
And
can
what
reach
is
me.
your email, Michelle? You want to give your email address?
Yes, so it's, yeah, my email address is the big healing one, digit 1, the big healing 1 at gmail.com. And that obviously is a very recent Gmail address. But that's what we all need to do. We need to heal the world. We need to heal nature. We need to redirect the water.
I think we're breaking up there. She's frozen. So just the 7 generations, maybe we can go into a little feeling of that here and now. What is it in our own beings that we have seen and changed and healed? Do any of you have something you'd like to share about how you've healed maybe your process for healing a generational wound through your grandmother's lineage? Does anybody have any ideas about that?
I've
Yeah.
helped you. Go ahead.
Can I go?
Carol.
Okay, Carol?
Yeah. I've done the healing through visualizing the timeline, going back along your timeline and going forward along the timeline. That visualization works well for me. Yeah.
Good. Good. Anyone else want to share just a quick little process?
I will share. I've healed this in myself, and thus I believe for the generations before me of alcoholism by being in recovery for 28 years, and for my son. So we're moving into the next generations.
Wonderful. Anyone else?
I don't know how to be specific to that question, because I haven't ever specifically done healing on the lineage, the matriarchal lineage in my family, but I definitely, just my own crooked path has been a healing for all the generations that came before me, is how I feel. You know, and I wanted to make a comment about the indigenous wisdom. In my life, I have been a searcher, and I started young. My family broke apart, and my mom's an only child, so I didn't have a very, it was me, my mom, and my brother. And the cousins split off and went with the dad part of the family that we didn't talk to. So my journey's been solitary a lot of my life. I've been in relationships, I was married. But everything, no spiritual foundation. So when I was 9 years old, I asked my mom if I could go to Bible school. My mom was an atheist and my dad was an agnostic. So they, you know, couldn't understand my need, but it wasn't resonant with me, even at that young. And so the search took me to these wisdom carriers that were from very deep lineages, you know, and Rumi has this comment that he makes in his poetry about don't be a window shopper of spirituality, and I was. But for me, it worked. You know, I dove in deep, and I have gained so much joy from so many different indigenous teachers. I've been very, very blessed because of the people that have come into my life. So, and you know, that indigenous wisdom is what resonates with me, even though I'm, you know, European lineage. Ironically, my mom's Welsh. She was born in Wales and immigrated. And I have a very Welsh name, Bryn Griffin. There's no vowels in my first name. And I finally did Ancestry.com, and I don't even have any Welsh in me. They migrated from somewhere else to Wales, you know. And so I just resonate with that deep, tried and true teaching. And whether it's Tibetan or Native American or, you know, deep shamanic, I've done so many different ceremonies and held space for people and done lots of women's gatherings, and that's where the juice is. And now I'm benefiting. It's like my life is filled with joy and love, and
Beautiful.
I want to share it, you know, but I'm cautious because I don't want to overcommit myself. I think it'll happen. I want to help maybe with the face. I'm on the Facebook page. I might as well help.
Yeah. Thank
Are
you.
you okay? Okay. Well, we'll let you jump in if that's all right. Throw in. We won't throw you in the deep end because you've been looking, you've been testing the waters. And I respect what you're saying, because I myself have never studied under a shaman or done any great long courses. But I did research. I did Parsis, who were fire worshippers of ancient Persia, obscure and really diverse. And there's a plethora of information out there, but it does all culminate in the basic and the heart, as Mariana said, the heart is the core. That's what it boils down to in the end. No matter what, when we heal, it's the heart, it's the intention, and it's that creates space, respect, compassion, forgiveness. These are the major healings. And we also know that the light bearers, there are gurus, there are shamans of enlightenment, and there is Jesus Christ, and there is his light and his teachings. His distortion was a political control ploy. We all realize that now. And that's another interesting aspect for us to consider. But there's so many wonderful things to look at, to chat about, to grow into, to learn, to teach, and to ponder. Does anyone else would like to share some responses to what's been shared here this morning, this afternoon, this evening?
I do want to share one more thing here. I had fibromyalgia for 25 years, and it went through all the systems of my body. Each one would have its own symptoms and never be anything that was more than inflammation. It was just inflammation moved around my body and caused pain and suffering. And I found that I could go inside my body like a little teeny tiny me, and I could go to a place where that pain was. And I began by, like feeling the outside of the space, and it would be different every time. I did this every day for a long time. And every time it would be a little different, and I always spent the time and had the intention and dedication that I was going to get inside of it. Wherever that pain was, I needed to be inside of that space so I could really know what it was. Why is it there? Why does that hurt? What is the message that I can receive from my body so I can relieve that pain? And I went through that every day for many years, and using breath work, conscious breath work.
Yeah, that helps.
I learned a lot about who I am, and that my fibromyalgia was resistance to who I am. And it's vital for me to step up and be who I am. And
for us all, absolutely.
And that's true for each one of us.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the journey to discover, who am I?
Yeah, exactly.
And
Absolutely.
what is mine to bring to the world?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you, Mariana. That is the crux of it. And we all have, so that is the different fibers, right? That will weave this beautiful rainbow basket, or create the rainbow canoe, or or bring the prisms of all of the colors into that rainbow awareness, the unification of every color that we bring, of every consciousness of each and every one of us, fully focused, moving forward. It's time. We've got the psychological books, we've got the healing books, we've arrived now. Thank you, thank you for holding space for us. The system that was, but the system that was can no longer work effectively because of the knowledge that we have now gleaned, with self-healing, with Bryn's searchings, with all of our searchings. None of us were satisfied, and we'd hark back. There are some religions that prevent people from having cups of tea. Cups of tea is where we locate our feminine connection. We need lots of cups of tea, emotional and spatial. And so this is honoring all of those aspects, and have a glass of wine if that's what you do. But I personally don't drink, but we need to have time to relax, meditation, walking, in the water, playing, as we started out this conversation with the beautiful card Mariana pulled, the number 7 card. I don't know how we're going for time, but I know that it is getting close. I just have so much love for everything we're doing. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. I'll just sort of pin here and say that I am amazed at the incredible awareness and sensitivity that people have, aren't you, Mayana, to see their responses to just because we're holding space with intention of heart. And there it is. There's the healer. That's the heart. And that's, if we can just continue with this energy, then next time we meet, Carol, what do you reckon? It's gonna be, maybe 3 figures, my beautiful grand sisters. That's Mayana's term, and I love it. The Grey Tsunami, which was came from my great
hashtag Grey Tsunami, hashtag Global Grandmothers.
Yes.
Create hashtags, get them going. Anytime you post, use the hashtags Grey Tsunami and Global Grandmothers. And we have a website, globalgrandmotherscouncil.org, which is just a landing page right now. But it is there, and you can see a video with Suzanne and Michelle and myself. And we have the GoFundMe, which the whole purpose in our GoFundMe is to support grandmothers all over the world. So we're growing in that.
Yeah.
And we are going to do these kind of gatherings in some way on the double-digit days every month. So our next one will be 8/8, and it's an 8/8/8 because 2024, also the 224 add up to an 8. So it's an 8/8/8. It's a triple infinity. The triple numbers are cosmic level, and we are bringing that infinity that harmonizes everything we do. So that will be our next one. Then we'll do 9/9 and 10/10. So this is going to be a monthly process.
Vera, would you like to share? Thank you so much, Mayana, for bringing that into a concept again. It's so practical and so vital that we do manifest in every way and hashtag everywhere. Vera, we would love to hear more from Scandinavia, and to see you here is just so thrilling. Tell us a little bit about your vision, and we've heard a little. Please, we've got a few minutes.
I'm living in Norway and in Germany, so I'm moving back and forth, and I can just confirm all you're saying, because I'm into healing work, into healing body work, and I have written several books about this heart energy and this healing energy. So that's to me, it's very logical what you're talking about, and I will be so excited about.
I love that it's logical. Isn't this wonderful?
It's just very logical. I mean, how can we doubt anything about things?
I know, even the spiral on the card. We were talking earlier with Mayana's card. I'm wearing this is a star map of the navigators. I don't know if you can all see, but it's cut in the back. These are stars for the navigators of my ancestors across the Pacific. So, and we bring it all forward, and we have the ancient healing of Germany, and we know you guys in Norway have done amazing things over there. So we look forward to hearing a little bit more. Please, I diverted. Vera, I was just excited to hear your excitement, but let's sweep back to you for a second more, please. Please continue.
I'm just very excited about how and what we can be able to do together, because it's very large. I mean, you see now 30,000 in just a few weeks, and people coming all the time, and I hope we manage to keep it together in some way, so it's not going in too many directions and losing people again, but really to have a focus on what we're going to do, and then to get into some very concrete work with each other. Some, I don't know, perhaps even small workshops or meditation sessions or whatever.
Yeah, and the local grandmothers councils.
I'd like maybe just Vera, how would you suggest to sort of align that? And let's see if it's or just come in more with us, perhaps, if you could, And Bryn will be coming in actively, I believe, shortly too. But how do you suggest and see that, Vera, please?
I mean, local groups will be wonderful, but it will be a
Yeah.
lot of work to establish them
Yeah.
because you always
Yeah.
need some
Yeah.
person at the place really
Yeah.
to be relied on, and they have to put a lot of energy into it. For the start, I guess it would be easier to have some online sessions, no matter what
Yeah.
topic, but
Okay.
with different people
Yeah.
offering
Yeah.
something different
Okay.
and have to have a timeline and an event system so people can meet there and just
Yeah.
sense each other, you know,
Mhm.
sense being
Yeah.
together, that it is a community.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Vera, one of the
love
things
that.
I resonate with what Vera just said, and one of the things that it could just be super simple, rather than feeling the need
Yeah.
to be really directed, to just do a council.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
kind of like we have here, just go around, have people join in and just
Yeah.
let them say whatever they want, or have one question
Yeah.
and then have everybody
Yeah.
answer the same question.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
seeing our faces.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. And that's what we've been also looking at. And Mariana, how did we go? It's a bit tricky because with Zoom, it costs, we need to have some money in order
Oh,
to
right.
accommodate the overheads for that. I
Well,
don't know that we
there
could
are
do it on
individuals.
Messenger.
There are individuals who have their own Zoom accounts, and they could do what
Mhm.
I'm doing here just as easily as I'm doing it.
Mhm.
There are also Facebook live streaming things that I was not able to manifest this time. I don't have the streaming service. I didn't know I had to do that. So I have administrative skills, and I have some things that I can pull together and organize and make happen.
Amazing.
And I have areas where I'm not so good and that I need support in helping to create that. But like Deborah Loshbow is doing in her own Zoom
Yes.
room, and add Audrey is doing in her own Zoom room, and we don't
Yeah.
have to manage the Zoom room if you all have Zoom rooms. And I think it would be ideal if we schedule though through circle at globalgrandmotherscouncil.org, and whoever wants to have an event, if it comes out through the Global Grandmothers rather than
Yeah.
people promoting themselves, that keeps
Yeah.
the continuity and
Yeah.
more
Email it to us.
trustworthy for the members, I think. Then
Is
then
that
it's
how do we collate? How do
yeah,
we collate that international data? Carol, yes.
Yeah, I just want to mention that there is a free Zoom and you get 40 minutes free for 100 people. So
right.
it doesn't even have to be a paid thing. And if I've learned a trick with that. If the administrator goes out, it normally times out at 40 minutes. So when the time comes up, if the actual administrator just goes out, nominates somebody else, and then rejoins the meeting, apparently that works. I haven't tried.
Oh, you clever girl. Oh, you've outsmarted the Ben there, Judy.
I don't know. I haven't tried it. I just read a hack on it.
Oh, well, let's see what we can do. Vera, that's a beautiful idea. If we can list them, I wonder how we would list the Zoomers. I'm calling us all Zoomers.
Yeah, that
Zoomers.
would be a good
What about
idea,
in
just
the
to
events
call the
page?
Zoomers and
What
perhaps
about
with
in the
Zoom
one
events page?
perhaps with one idea what they would like to offer. I have a Zoom account. I don't know how many people I can let in, but it's more than 100. And it's not expensive just for the others of you. I think I pay something like, I don't know, $25 a year or something. So
It-
that's really something you
Right.
can do.
Yeah, well, mine was $25 a month when I was doing my Zoom class.
Okay.
Right.
That's what I pay is
Yeah.
$25 a month through the nonprofit.
Yeah.
We have a
Yeah.
nonprofit
Okay, I will
account.
have to
So
check it out. Yeah, but at least I
Yeah.
have a Zoom account.
And
But that's a good
Vera, could you get back to me on Messenger from Facebook and just
Yeah.
connect with me there
Yeah,
as well?
okay.
Because
Okay.
I'm very interested in Germany. I'm fluent in German. I lived there as a child, so
Oh,
I
that's good.
understand Europe. Yeah, I understand you.
Okay.
French and Spanish,
Okay.
but we'll just Germany to start.
Okay,
Thank
we
you,
are out
Maya.
of time. Our hour is up, and I just want to
Mm.
say again, the Global Grandmothers Council.org
Org.
and the email address for a call for a logo is circle@grandmotherscouncil.org. If you want to volunteer, if you have admin skills or would like to be a
Passion.
monitor, we are monitors and admins, please circle at globalgrandmotherscouncil.org and let's just see who steps up and how we can keep moving forward. We do need to make some changes speedily because we have to wrap our arms around all these members. We have to show them that we care, that we have something to offer, and each of us stepping up and offering ourselves. We've been so touched, so many of you have welcomed the new members personally. You know, I put a post out every now and then. I
Important,
probably am going
very
to go
important.
AI now and have automatic welcome posts
Yeah.
because there's
Oh,
up
we
to
need that.
nearly 1,000 every
It's a
day.
shame.
I mean, every
we
week
have-
now. So
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
schedule a regular welcome post daily. And yes,
Yeah.
Debbie in Atlanta, please.
I'm just curious how the admin or moderator thing would work. Would that put me on a list 24 hours a day? Or are you having people sign up for certain time periods or?
What
No.
we've noticed so far is that as long as one of us checks in now and then, there's only a few spam or reported posts a day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unbelievably, we have a really clean group. We have weeded out occasionally at times when
Mhm.
maybe it wasn't a weed and we've made some mistakes, and that's learning opportunities for us. But it's not overwhelming. So the moderators, we're just asking to be present when you can be, check in when you can, see if there's anything to weed out. Just if you have 5 minutes throughout the day, anytime. It makes it pretty simple.
Do you get a notification in your box or how does that work if
Yes.
you're? Okay.
Yes, you would get
Yeah.
notified that there's a member reported comment or a member reported post. And you can go and you would also be, when you're on the page, you would see the manage part where it tells you how many posts have been reported and how many spam posts there are.
Yeah,
So,
it's
I'm happy to help with that. I'm practically doing that anyway. I mean, I'm not taking things off, obviously, but I'm spending a lot of time with the group on Facebook, and surprisingly,
yeah,
um,
we love it. I see you.
I'm happy to do whatever I
Thank
can to
you.
help.
Okay.
And then,
okay, I'll make you a
And then-
moderator.
Yeah, we'll do that. Definitely we'll do that.
Yeah.
And there was something else I was going to say, but it's gone. But just thank you for holding space and seeing the vision and being here and coming in with inspiration. And
So the next call will be 7 a.m. East Coast time tomorrow morning. And that might be kind of early for many. And thank you all for being here. Check out the event page for the Zoom links.
much
Thank you.
love.
so nice to see all of
Love.
you.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Thank you.
I like this.
See you soon. So, thank you, Zoomers.
Add me as a